Uh-oh.
Does everybody know what time it is?
Home Impodcast time.
That's right. Binford Tools is proud to present a home improvement podcast. My name is Adam. You all know my co-host, Jordan. Oh, I'm tired today, Jordan. How are you?
Oh, man. Why are you tired?
I ran a 5K this morning.
Wow. 5K. Now, is that 5,000 miles?
I thought it was 3.4, but I was told an hour ago it's only 3.2. But, oh, man, it took it out of me. But, yeah.
Is that the first 5K you've run in a while?
The last one I ran was 2009 or 2008. So
I would say that's a while, yeah.
Yeah. Things have changed since then.
A little bit. What was it like themed or anything? You know, sometimes they're for a cause or whatever.
Home improvement themed, yeah. It was
it was the reboot 5K?
Yeah, it was really cool. I should have told you about it.
I would have flown in.
Yeah, I bet. It was my girlfriend, who you know, Kirsten.
Who's that?
She had some like work-related events this weekend that were kind of surrounding like Milwaukee natural water. So yesterday we cleaned up along the Milwaukee River, and today there was like a 5K. So I was involved in both. I had a good time doing both things, but yeah, I am exhausted.
Well, I'm glad to hear you doing such great work. I'm sure the river there needs cleaned up. It's crazy how much litter is everywhere. I don't know if you ever noticed that, but
yeah,
it's pretty crazy.
It's pretty crazy. You didn't ask me what I ran in.
It's like the Mad Men episode where they just kind of lift up their blanket after the picnic and just leave.
Yeah, that's a good memory. Yeah, I like that. You want to know how fast I ran my 5K?
I do, yeah. Tell me.
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
5 minutes total?
Yep, that's it.
Huh. Seems like a lie.
Well, I better get into the show.
All right. Well, yeah, that's interesting. I'm glad to hear that you had a good time with that. Hope it was good weather.
Yeah, man. What's up with you?
What's up with me? I mean, really not a whole ton. We've, what did I do this weekend?
Well, if you can't think of it,
no.
Don't try to stress over it.
We had kind of a thing gone awry. We thought a birthday party was actually yesterday, and it was today. So ended up going to my wife went to the house, and
oh no.
Just dropped off the presents, and we're
I hate it when that happens.
So maybe we'll be there tomorrow. And we went there today, and the timing just didn't end up working out with Olivia. So that didn't quite go as planned, but also had some interesting possible business transactions.
What are you talking about?
You run 5Ks. I was looking at putting my car on Turo. Have you ever heard of Turo?
I mean, let me guess. Like, you're trying to make money by like letting people rent your car when you're not using it or something. Okay.
Airbnb for cars. So I went and I was taking took some pictures of it. Some guy biked by and he said, "I'll buy that from you in cash." So now I've got to really think about what I'm going to do here.
Someone biked by you taking pictures of your car and said, "I'll buy it for cash"?
They looked at my car. They said, "Wow, that looks really nice. You know, what's it all about?" Apparently, they're looking for a car just like that. And this guy, he's
sounds supremely made up. It seems I don't believe that happened.
Apparently, he sells honey in front of his house as well. So
okay, I'm getting a picture of who this guy is. Yeah.
So I'll tell you what. If I do sell the car to him, he has to include some honey in that sale.
A jar of honey.
I'll knock down the price, $25 for a jar of honey.
He'll say, "Okay, I have 5,000 cash now, or I can give you 10,000 pounds of honey over the next 2 years." I mean, you gotta think that over. Yeah.
Well, the good news is I have his phone number. I'll let you know any developments in the situation.
This sounds like a segment to me.
Yeah, he's in my phone as Honey Guy. So.
Well, he's the second one because that's what you have me under as well.
Different type of sweetness.
Jordan, let's get to the meat. Let's get the meat and potatoes here.
Yeah, no more honey. Let's get to meat and potatoes. You had a great idea, and I'm excited to talk about it. You want to recast Home Improvement for today's stars, I think is what you were going for?
Yeah, I think we probably attacked it in different ways, but the idea is we're recasting Home Improvement with current, somewhat age-appropriate actors. I tried at first to make it actors of a certain caliber, so like you're not casting Chris Pratt as Tim. I tried to make it realistic, but after a while, I kind of got lazy.
You gave up on that hope.
Well, it's still not bad, but there are maybe some stretches in here. I'll say that
I got
much.
a real who's who list here, so we'll see how it goes. No Chris Pratt though.
Okay, good. We did. I think we did basically the core cast minus Heidi, correct?
Yes, and you talked about throwing Marty in there. I'll be interested to see if you actually did or not. But
I'll be interested in that as well.
Where do you want to begin?
Let's start with Mark.
Mark. I was hoping to end with Mark. Just kind of let it go on through. But all right, Mark is who I struggled with the most, so I can.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and talk about this. I struggled so much that I had to start thinking outside of. Outside of the normal realm of actors, and I ended up going and thinking about. So I went for younger. So with the kids,
did you go with a YouTuber? Did you go on the vlogs and do some research?
I should have. You're right. I could have picked somebody out from Stardom. So I went when they were really young, and I was thinking, oh, who's like a prolific actor who's been around a while but always stays young, which made me think of cartoon characters.
What?
And this is my only really oddball one, I think. So
so it's a cartoon?
It's a cartoon character that I thought would fit in right. It would be a different show, obviously, if you had all real people and then one.
This is a really good start. I'm glad that we started with Mark. So you're doing like a Son of Zorn kind of thing, that TV show on Fox. Well, you probably don't know, but it was half live action, half cartoon, something like that.
Yeah, in this case, it's only one cartoon.
Okay,
and,
I was gonna say let's get there. Yeah, who is it?
It's Ralph from The Simpsons.
I don't know a lot about The Simpsons. Who is? Let me look up Ralph.
You're gonna know it right away.
Is it Flanders Kid? Is that Ralph? I'm not a big Simpsons guy.
No,
Sorry.
he's the one.
Is he like a dweeb? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Checks out. Sure. He's
Ralph
his
Wiggum.
nose.
Yeah,
Ralph Wiggum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our listeners might appreciate that. Appreciate that more than you would.
Are you sauced? Okay.
I'll tell you one thing. His status, according to this Google search, says he's alive and he is age 8. So that was good enough for me.
Awesome. All right.
Let's hear your mark.
Start. I went with all real people. So my first one is a person, and I'm gonna just get into it. It's,
hey, Ralph's a person.
Sure, Jordan.
Sorry.
Sure. No, it's worth it. Yeah, it's good. I fresh off of seeing him in the most recent Twilight Zone reboot episode. He's been in mostly movies. He's probably too famous for Home Improvement, but he's precocious. He's 12 years old, and his name is Jacob Tremblay. You might recognize him from Room, or Predator, or Wonder, motion pictures like that. He's a very good little actor, and I think he's going to really excel as Mark. You're looking him up right now.
4'7", age 12.
Yeah.
So he must be in the most recent Twilight Zone episode, because I think I haven't seen this one yet.
Yeah.
He's
the politician. Yeah.
He's a creepy little boy. All right.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't want to give anything away.
Nope, not saying much. But so that's my mark, and I think we're both off to good starts.
Good starts. All right, let's pick it up with Randy then.
Okay.
I went with somebody who is popular right now and on another show. Mm-hmm. Probably a show you love a lot based on what I know about Big Bang Theory.
Oh no, you going Young Sheldon already?
Young Sheldon, Ian Armitage. So that's who I went with for my Randy. You know, he's supposed to be smart.
Is he too young? How old is he?
So in my thing, Ralph is 8. Ian Armitage is 10. So that's about right. Okay.
Yeah. He is. You talk about precocious. Move over, Jacob Tremblay, because Young Sheldon's in town.
Yeah. So I just thought he would play the Randy role really well. He'd be sassy but smart. I like it. Young Sheldon.
I don't know, probably like a year and a half ago. I had one of those moments where my parents and I were talking, and I was like, "Do you really know me at all?" Because my dad said, my dad said, "I know it's not probably your thing usually, but I think you'd really enjoy Young Sheldon." I thought, oh, Dad.
Have you ever seen an episode of it?
No.
All right. Well, I got our next Patreon.
All right. This is a guy. My JTT. I went with a little older. My kids in general are older. This is a guy from a TV show.
Kids are older.
My version of the kids are older.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to look him up. Even if you look him up, you won't know him. But he's on a show I really like called American Vandal, which is on Netflix. It's like mockumentary faux true crime. His name is Griffin Gluck, and
that's a name if I've ever heard it.
I know, it's memorable. Griffin Gluck. He's really good. I think he'd make a great JTT, and I think he might be on the rise. So just remember that name, Griffin Gluck.
All right, interesting. Netflix mockumentary. I've never heard of that.
I don't even know that's the right. That's what I'm going to go with. Yeah, mockumentary. Yeah.
Well, that's when I looked up his name, and that's what it says on there. So I think
really?
You're
cool.
Bang on. So
hell yeah,
all right,
hell yeah.
I'll keep my eye out for Griffin Gluck.
Why don't you?
My third child here, Brad.
Yeah.
No, we don't need to Google this guy. You and I both know him very well. All right, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Jet Juergensmeyer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's going to be Brad, and I think we both... I mean, it's kind of like... I think we can probably stop now. I think I hit a home run.
I'm mad that I didn't think of that, because that's a good joke that was right there that somebody should... Yeah, good job. Jet Juergensmeyer, of course, from Last Man Standing.
Mm-hmm.
I think he plays Boyd.
Something like that. Also,
or Boy, I don't know.
Didn't he just release
Boy?
Didn't he just release that album?
Yeah, that I jokingly made fun of, and then he liked it, and I felt bad on Twitter.
That's right. He'll make a great Brad.
Yeah, awesome. I really had trouble with Brad. That was the last one I came up with. I don't know. Age appropriate actor. This guy's 24, so he's too old.
Age is only a number.
Yeah, I don't know. He's a handsome guy. His name is Nick Robinson. He's in Love, Simon, and Jurassic World, I guess. He's in the new Jurassic Park movies. He's too famous, but I don't know. He seems like handsome and cool. So I had trouble with the kids, mostly.
Yeah.
But
I had trouble with Mark, obviously. But other than that, I think I did all right.
I think your Mark's the best pick, yeah.
Yeah, we both took very different angles there. I went with like the start of the show, kind of with the pilot, and you went towards kind of where we're at right now. So.
And Jordan, isn't that what's fun about podcasting? Is just two people from different walks of life and different opinions coming together and sharing a universal experience.
I don't even know if you could say we have different walks of life.
I know, we grew up pretty close together, same town, same friends. All right, let's jump to. I'm going to let you pick who you want to go to next.
Let's do Wilson.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I really struggled here. Really struggled.
This was easy for me.
Easy for you. I fought between two people who are very famous, so...
Yeah, mine is as well.
Perhaps too famous. So I'll say them both. I think I'm the winner of this is going to be... Well, I'll say who they are first, and then I'll pick the winner. I've got between current... What is it called? Good Place fame, Ted Danson.
Oh, yeah, it's a good one.
And then former Breaking Bad star Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston? You think Bryan Cranston, who...
I think he can do anything. Everything from Malcolm in the Middle to Breaking Bad. I mean, what can't this guy do?
Oh man, he has like a bit part in this really bad Sneaky Pete, which is not a good show, and he's in it a fairly small amount. So I guess maybe he'd do it. I think you got to go Danson on this one.
Yeah, I think Ted Danson wins that, but I think both of them could pull it off.
I'm gonna go ahead and go. I'm Bryan Cranston.
Hey, you don't get to.
All right, no more. Okay, mine is it's a slam dunk. He's one of our greatest living actors of all time. He's a gentleman. He's a scholar. He goes by Alan Alda.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
I like
it's
that.
Great. I'd love it. It'd be great. I don't know if he'd be good or not, but I just really wanted to have him as a part of this. He's one of my favorites. He's 80, so it's getting up there, but he can make it work.
See, at least mine are age appropriate. Jeez.
Yeah, sure, man.
All right, we've got star-studded cast here. All right, I guess let's move to Al before we get to the couple, huh?
Sounds good. Yeah.
All right, I struggled with this one, but then I thought, Who did
This
Richard
one-
Karn say would play him best? You know? And
you went this route. Okay.
Cooper. Cooper, his son Cooper. I think that would be just adorable. So that's where I went.
He's too young.
He's too young. My backup was Anthony Anderson. So
That's a good one. Mine is so obvious that it's not even really that clever. I said Nick Offerman.
yeah,
I mean, it's just like it's there, you know.
is there? I don't
Why
know.
not? Sometimes you just got to take the low-hanging fruit.
Yeah. He's.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if. Well.
He's too famous.
Yeah. I mean, well, a lot of them are too famous. He's
Yeah.
also. I feel like he looks a little older. You know.
He's 48. Al, is 40-ish. So, yeah.
Well,
you know.
don't they say they're like 30s when the show starts?
Yeah. Al's like 37. Like, yeah, okay, Karn man.
All right. So we are on to Jill.
Yes.
Oh, man, I really struggled with Tim and Jill.
Hard, extremely hard.
All right. I tried to look for someone who I think would, be able to put up a fight, but also very funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I picked Tina Fey.
She would never. Tina Fey's gonna play a wife on Home Improvement. Yeah, right. Okay, sure, man. Yeah, you should tweet that at her. See what she says.
All right, I'll do it. Well, you should tweet from the Home Impodcast account. I think that would bring a little bit more clout.
100%. Yeah, we have a lot of followers. Okay. Do you want to talk more on that, or do you want to just move past it?
I mean, I didn't know. I was like, all right, I really have no idea. That was probably, I talked about Mark being my most difficult one. That probably actually was the most difficult one.
Mine, I came up with just probably a half hour ago, but I feel pretty good about it.
All right.
She's
no wonder you were making fun of me so much about mine, because you feel good about yours.
I feel pretty good about it. She's, dare I say, sitcom royalty, with such roles as, crap, what's the name of that show? I've never watched. Gilmore Girls and Parenthood. I'm going with Lauren Graham.
Not bad.
Yeah, I feel pretty good about it. I think she'd do it too.
Well, I don't even know if that's criteria for what we're talking about right now.
I think she'd do it. I think she'd take it. She's 52, so she's in that Jill window. And she's in that Jill window. Yeah, I'm saying it. And I think she
Jill
could
is
be
30 on the show, man.
No, that's how old they say she is. She's like 43. I looked it up. In 1996, she was 43. So you picked a cartoon character also. So why don't you go ahead and screw off? Lauren Graham. Yeah.
Ralph is probably the best one that we've talked about. Yeah, I watched a lot of Gilmore Girls recently, unfortunately. So yeah, sure, she would be great. She's got the right attitude.
Unfortunately, I've never seen an episode, so I don't know.
Well, just be careful. Kirsten might drop it on you anytime now. So
yeah. All right, Tim. Last one.
The crazy thing about that show is the episodes are like 45 minutes long. Ooh.
Yeah, that is crazy.
It's brutal. All right, so Tim, we're at the tip top here, the star of the show, the face of the show. I went with a man who would be too famous for this, but
Bryan Cranston. Tell me you picked John Hamm.
I just figured I could put Bryan Cranston anywhere and he would fit. All right, I picked, of New Girl fame, Jake Johnson.
Good pick. I like that. No, he's not too famous.
You don't think so?
Maybe he is. I don't know.
Jake Johnson and what's her name? Lauren
Tina
Graham?
Fey?
Yeah. Lauren Graham.
Tina Fey was really good. That was easily the best one. Jake Johnson, good. All right, my Tim. I feel pretty good about this. He's a hunk. He's a hottie. He's a heartthrob. He's the star.
Adam Dietz.
No.
Oh.
He's the star of NBC's This Is Us. His name, Milo Ventimiglia.
Milo. I'm gonna have to look him up. That's quite a name.
Yeah, he's a hottie, and everybody loves him. And he work on This Is Us. He is very blue collar, so I think he could do it.
I was gonna say, what is his role on that show? Because that was, I was like, well, Bill Hader may be funny, but then I was like, I don't see him in that role at all. You know what I mean?
Milo. I call him Milo.
What does he ask you to call him? Because I know you talk.
Milo. He asked me to call him Milo, so I call him Milo.
It's kind of an inside joke, yeah.
It's a bit, yeah. He's blue collar. I think in the beginning of the show, he's a he works in a trade of some kind, and then he sells out and has a corporate job. But sometimes people have to do that, and it doesn't make them less of a person. So,
speaking from experience, huh?
you gotta pay the bills.
All right. Well, I mean, audience,
do you want to hear my Marty real quick?
Oh yeah, I do want to hear your Marty. Go ahead.
Carrot Top.
Big fan of the podcast, right?
Yeah, he loves it. Yeah.
According to our Twitter account.
Yeah.
Is it Joe Biden and Carrot Top?
Joe Biden was on shaky ground for a couple weeks there, but he's still in the bio, so yeah, we're riding that out.
Yeah, Carrot Top couldn't be removed if he did anything. Yeah, so. All right, well, interesting. I'd love to hear listeners any, advice or suggestions that you have for these characters and who should play them now.
I'm going to do a million polls when we release this episode of head-to-heads, so.
Well, just make sure to leave them open for a week.
That's how you get a lot of good feedback.
All right. Well, I hope to get some more good feedback on this episode, and that's episode 130, Burnin Love.
Did you see the trivia that it's based off an Elvis song? Thanks, IMDb.
Well, they did tell me the year that it was written, so 1972.
1972, yeah.
Yeah, that was helpful. Episode written by John Vandergriff, who last did Engine and a Haircut, Two Fights.
Yay!
Aired on October 8th, 1996. Alternative title time.
I have...
7?
4. Maybe 5. 5. Wow.
A surprise entry, I will say. Usually I like to watch it and let the titles marinate a little bit. You can't tell by the quality of my titles, but that's typically my process.
Yeah.
We both talked and we watched this episode pretty close to recording for the first time, so these might be lower quality than usual.
Yeah, or they might seem the exact same.
It's hard to say.
They're always bad. All right, you go first.
All right. I like to pull every time that Jason's in an episode. I like to pull from your favorite franchise. So, Randy versus Jason.
Very good. Okay, I'll do mine. Friday the 13th, Part 8. Jason takes Lauren.
All right. Girls just want to have fun.
Okay. I love Lucille.
Good.
Yep.
The car girl. Yeah, not good.
Just a description. That's what she is. Yeah, she likes cars. Recipe for disaster.
Ah, clever.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Last one.
2 more, actually. Pot, no luck in the kitchen. Do you have any more or no?
No, that's it for me.
I'm going out with a whimper here. Burnin Love, more like burnin' toast.
Can you imagine if that's what they named this episode?
Why not? Whatever.
Oh my gosh. All right.
They should have been Burnin Love, burnin' toast. That's apt. They could do that.
Yeah. I like Burnin Love more like, though.
Well, sure, yeah. That's for you.
All right. Well, good titles, as usual.
Yep.
Open at home. Tim and the logo are sorting the mail. They both have... Do you think the logo gets separate mail than Tim?
The logo's getting unemployment, so he's just checking for that piece of correspondence.
He gets unsolicited mail and unemployment, so he's got to search through it. Part of the mail that Tim goes through is an invitation for the annual psych potluck dinner, but Jill this year has been banned from bringing food, so
yep,
it's a real shame. That's all in this opening.
It's a
sequence
short.
To me.
I wrote lukewarm open because there's just not a lot here.
You can't be that mad at it.
No, it's fine. Like, it's not. Basically, it ends with like Jill. She can't bring something. She says, "Oh, challenge accepted. I'm going to come up with something really good to bring to this psychology potluck." Which I did a lot of grad school potlucks. It's a real thing. So you can't poke holes in that. Because I experienced it a couple times, so it's got to be true.
You know what a bad name for a dish is? Tuna
surprise.
Yeah, why would you call it that?
What would that be? Is that like a tuna casserole or something?
I was going to say like tuna nuda casserole, maybe?
Did you say tuna nuda?
Tuna Nuda.
Tuna Nuda.
That's a better name than Tuna Surprise.
Sounds pleasant. Sounds kind of, yeah. Sounds
a little saucy.
Tuna Huda. Yeah, it's fine. It's an okay open. Yeah. The cooking of it all, you maybe think this is going to be a cooking episode? Sorta not.
I mean, there's a lot more cooking than usual.
Yeah, but not cooking with Irma.
That's for certain. Adam, I'd like to know, after every scene, how you feel. Is it lukewarm, is it hot, or is it cold? So, let's keep that going.
Lukewarm right now, you got it. All right.
Or you have one thermometer.
I haven't heard you that animated since episode 10.
Or, depending on the scene, your temperature goes up. Right now, you're at lukewarm. Maybe the next scene pushes you higher.
You're getting me confused. How about warm? What are my options?
Lukewarm, warm, hot, cold, frigid.
That is so many. Okay, whatever. Sure.
We're in the garage. 5.
Well, I gotta carry this episode. I gotta remember that. Tim's fixing the hot rod. Randy enters. This is a good one. Sunday is Randy enters, and he's with a new bae, and her name is Lauren. And this
Don't
is the first
call her
time
bae.
Don't call her that?
No, they're just friends.
Why?
They're just friends.
Oh, don't call her that because they're friends. Sure, yeah, okay, wink, wink, yeah, they're friends. Lauren, Jordan, I don't know if you caught this or not, but Lauren kind of knows her cars.
She's a car girl. The car girl.
And they deliver it through, it's pretty expository. She kind of just walks around the car, says a lot of facts. Tim is very impressed. She looks
First he's patronizing her, and then he learns his lesson.
This is a very feminist-driven Home Improvement episode.
The commissar.
Commissar. Lauren looks like Kurt Cobain, and Tim likes her.
That's all you need to know.
I'll do a bio right now. Lauren, Jordan, is played by Courtney Peldon. And, her career has taken a bit of a turn. She's in 7 episodes of Home Improvement as Lauren. But she's moved over to voice work, and she's in some pretty good stuff. Deadpool. She did some voices in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Planet of the Apes reboot. So, yeah, she does Runner, which is everybody's favorite Justin Timberlake movie. So, that's an interesting kind of turn for an actor.
Wow. I didn't know that. I didn't know any of that. I didn't recognize her at all, really.
You don't remember Lauren from the original Lauren?
Not really, no. Do you do?
Yeah.
All right, well. Maybe you were just were you an Angela guy or a Lauren guy?
I kind of probably thought they were the same person.
You probably like Angela. You talk a lot. I don't know if I can handle that.
That's true. Yeah. So right now, Jordan, with your bull end of the scene stuff, it's like hot, I guess.
Hot. Okay. You went from lukewarm to hot.
Yeah, you got a little love interest going, a little intrigue.
All right,
so
Adam's interested. I like it. All right,
Yeah.
So later, Randy is working on his lines in the mirror for Lauren, and this is a pretty good scene for me. He's saying some stupid stuff. He puts on like a Kangol hat and glasses, and continues the conversation.
He looks like Date Mike. Yeah, nice
he's Date Mike, and
Date Randy. How do you like your eggs in the morning? Yeah.
He knows he's kind of stupid, basically, at this point. And then a knock on the door, and Brad and Jason pop in, and they're wondering who was he talking to. He makes kind of an excuse that he was talking to his deodorant, and there's some hygiene jokes here that don't really land. Brad thinks he's a weirdo. Jason is trying to butter Randy up because Jason has some concert tickets. If only he could get the money. So they, you know where you go. You go to your little brother who doesn't have a job as far as anybody knows.
Why would Randy have money? I didn't get that. Yeah,
Randy's thinking he's going to get an invite to this concert, but no, they just want his money. So, yeah, I don't know if Jason thought this was going to work. Has this worked in the past? But it's not working on Randy, and he says, "Get out of here."
I liked Jason's line where they're about to leave, and Randy's got too much cologne on, and he said something about. I don't know. I don't think it's that funny line. But
do you think you have enough cologne on? I could almost breathe, or something like that.
I don't know if that's funny, but like Jason can get it. Like he's got something special. That guy's funny.
He brings a little bit different of a character, so you get different lines like that. Because Brad can't pull that off that line.
No, Jason is like, it's like somebody from Friends is on Home Improvement. Like, that's like Chandler dialogue.
That is so not true.
Yeah, yes, yeah. All right, next scene.
Wait, hold on. What's your temperature, man?
Gosh, like lukewarm again?
All right. I thought with Jason around, you'd go like scalding.
No, because that was the only good part. I mean, the candle's pretty hot. I don't know. I'm back and forth on this.
Now you're questioning your whole temperature.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Kitchen. Jill's working on a dish. I don't remember what the dish was. Lauren arrives. We find out, or maybe we found out earlier, they are working on an article together for the paper. I don't know if we've mentioned that. And we're going to find out at some point it's on budget cuts. Sounds like a snore.
Oh, real interesting one.
Yeah, write it on garage sales or don't bother.
I did some research and I couldn't find the garage sale article.
Thank God.
I did find some intramural sports stuff, though.
Oh, really? I'd be happy to talk about my 5 consecutive co-rec flag football championships if you want. But maybe that's another podcast.
No wonder you authored that article.
Tim kind of sees through the whole Lauren Randy charade because Jill, for whatever reason, doesn't think that there's any kind of a crush there, but Tim does. Not a lot going on in this scene. I don't know if I missed anything, but
yeah, I think you said Lauren comes in and she still continues like the car knowledge type thing with Tim and just only endears herself more to Tim. Like you said, the article's about budget cuts, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And Tim really wants her to be a part of the Taylor family, right?
Yeah, he really likes her.
He wants Randy to propose now.
Mm-hmm. This scene is cold. Just not a lot going on. Expository.
Frigid.
Mm-hmm.
On Tool Time, we've got the salute to women in cars.
I'm sorry, the cops are coming. I'm getting arrested for being too friggin' funny today.
Too hilarious. All right. There's a woman in the audience that knows more about cars than Tim. This is kind of a retread of that a few episodes back. Well, I guess it might have been quite a bit back. Didn't they bring
years ago?
They brought that girl from Dallas down, right?
Oh, I don't even remember that. This is a real woman. It's not. She's like a famous real woman. She's the opposite of Pinocchio.
Usually they bring out people like Ralph.
And she's a real woman. No, this. It's not. She's not acting. She's a real car expert, Lucille Tregowan.
I'd like you to explain this a little more.
I'm trying. It's not going so well. Okay.
They do this thing before they bring down the old lady, though, where they're talking about how she was on the cover of a magazine, and so Tim thinks she's like a car model. Yeah. And they sit this much older woman and then this babe with like a belly shirt on. Yeah. And she gets up and she's looking at the camera like she's going to come down, but she does not.
Oh, man, I bet you were so mad about that.
Tim was, I'll tell you that.
So basically this older woman comes down and what I was trying to say, maybe I said it, I don't know. Words aren't that good today. She is a car expert, IRL, named Lucille Tregowan, or Tregowan, something along those lines. And she's written Lucy T. She's written books on cars. I was on a website earlier doing some research on her, but then like an Ashley Madison ad popped up, and I thought,
you got out of there.
I was like, quick. I'm not interested in this anymore. But yeah, she's a real life car expert. So, which explains why she's not good at acting.
Yeah, she doesn't. I mean, it's not a very good scene. It's just
it's cold.
It's real cold. She's talking about how women have heightened sense of smell, and she puts smell to the test.
That's a new one for me. I've never heard that before.
It could be true, could not be true. In this episode, truth is a relative concept, I think Tim says, so.
Yeah. That's a new one for me.
I think, there's just a couple of these similar jokes, and she's trying to put Tim in his place.
Does she?
I'd say she does, but who cares?
Yeah, you're right. She doesn't come back. This is not Lucy. This is not Lucy's show. This is Tim's show. So I'm just gonna move on. I don't care.
All right. So you said frigid, right? Cold.
I mean, I'd go lower if I could. I didn't like it.
Oh, absolute zero.
Kitchen. Mark and Jill are working on a dish, and they are. I don't know. I guess they're probably adding some kind of breading to chicken. They're shaking chicken in a bag, which means I don't know. Like I guess they could. Is that a marinade or are they trying to add a breading?
My goodness, Adam. There's a couple of There's a couple of dumb jokes that really make you question Jill's cooking ability, because she asked Mark to look up what dredge is fine. Yeah, I don't know what dredge means. But then she's like, I don't know what mince means. And you're wondering, what?
I thought she said mint, and I was even more confused. You don't know what mint is.
Yeah, so they are dredging the chicken. They're just coating it in flour. And they, like you said, they have it in a bag. They're doing a sort of chicken dance. And Randy walks in. And he asks, is this the hokey poultry?
Worst joke I've ever heard? Could that joke be any worse?
And
for real, it's bad. It's
Jill
really bad.
builds on it, too. I don't remember what she said, but...
It felt like they were, like, improvising, sort of. Like,
I
Jill's,
hope
like,
not.
Jill's... Yeah, me too. I mean, if Randy's improvising, he's, like, 15, so whatever. But, like, Jill's retort, it all felt kind of fly-by-night. Not so hot, yeah.
Yeah, so Mark kind of bounces, and now Randy has to do this.
Mark's like, I have my flying lessons.
I'm gonna fly on out of here.
I gotta go. Yeah, then Randy steps in.
And Jill is trying to get the goods on Lauren and their relationship. Doorbell rings, and it is said Lauren, and she says they are there to pick up Angela and Brad for the concert. Randy wonders, who are they? They means Jason, and he's a snake.
Curveball much? I mean, I did not see this coming.
I kind of thought it might happen because he mentioned something in the first scene that he asked about Lauren or whatever, so it seems like he's going to try to get back at Randy.
I thought that this was one of the bigger Home Improvement twists I've ever seen.
It's a humdinger, I'll tell you that.
Not since the Rose Halloween episode of whatever year we did that, Time as a Construct. But, yeah, I was really surprised by this. I didn't see it coming.
Yeah, but it leaves Randy heartbroken. And he tried.
I like your response. Yeah.
Let's contemplate that for a moment. But I just want to move on.
All right, carry on. It was a real curveball, though. I mean, you got give me that much at least.
Yeah, I mean, well, Jason looks so much older than her. Is my problem.
Yeah, I thought about that. I think Jason is supposed to be like Brad's age, so they're a year older. I don't know.
I thought Jason was a year older than Brad, too, so I don't know. But, like I said, Randy is heartbroken. He tries to play it off when Jill is asking about it, and we move on to the next scene. But not before we get Adam's reading. What do you think, Adam?
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about? My reading of what? Yeah.
What's your temperature?
As hot as it gets. I mean, this was a tremendous curveball. I could not have been more surprised watching this.
Are you having trouble with the curve?
You better call me Clint Eastwood, because right now I'm having some trouble with the curve.
All right, well, let's see if you can work your way out of it in the next scene.
Hey, have you seen The Mule? Clint Eastwood's a drug mule. Pretty good.
I get it. I saw the commercial.
I'll tell you one thing. About 50 times better than you think it's going to be.
When did you see it?
Like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, it's a recent movie, huh?
Yeah, it's at Redbox.
All right, well, I won't be seeing it, but I'll take your word for it. I can't even go see the movies I want to see, so I'm not going to go see The Mule.
It's a really good father-daughter movie, because he has a daughter in it as well, so it's kind of relatable, I would say.
The big problem is that I have to spend my time watching movies like Big Trouble.
Yeah, who needs Avengers Endgame when you got Big Trouble? I mean, all right.
Tim's in the garage. What's going on there, Adam?
Back to reality. Jill admits to Tim that, he was right. He called it, that Randy is upset. And then there's some talk about getting rejected, and Jill feels really bad for him. Tim devises a somewhat creepy plan to get her back. He's going to invite her over to fix the car with him.
I hope Randy's in the room.
I didn't get that vibe, yeah. And he's like, I'm just going to talk Randy up when she's over there fixing the car with me. Yeah, Tim, I'm sure her dad won't have any questions about that.
This reminds me a little bit of Big Trouble and how they were talking about with the nuclear bomb pre 9/11 that it was a simpler time.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. This does harken back to more innocent days. Yeah.
Yeah, not so much. So yeah, we both had the same feeling here. It's a little strange. Invite this young teenager into the garage to talk cars.
Fortunately, they didn't do it. Yeah.
They did not do it. I do like his angle of just like talking up Randy. and
he
seeing
meant
how it
well,
works.
but yeah, it was a weird. It came across as a
At
little
least
strange,
when he does do it later in the episode, it's not, like you said, not in the garage alone. So,
No.
Adam, what's your reading?
I don't want to do this anymore.
You've
Lukewarm.
got four more scenes to do.
I'm gonna say
so.
lukewarm the rest of the scenes. Okay. Fence. Jordan. Clip time.
Clip time.
Hi, Wilson. What's all that smoke?
Well, Jill, I'm burning food as a sacrifice for the Chinese Festival of Hungry Ghosts.
Well, that's a switch. For once, I'm cooking something good and you're burning food.
Of course, the people eating my food are already dead.
I'm making chicken cacciatore. You got any fresh oregano?
Yes, indeed. I just picked a fresh batch here to burn for my ghosts.
Thanks. You, happen to have anything for a broken heart? Randy is devastated because this girl that he really likes is going out with somebody else.
Oh, I know how painful that can be. I'll never forget losing my first love, Debbie Ann. We were in 4th grade. I guess we were about 9 years of age. And we were inseparable until one day at the playground we had a big fight.
About what?
Well, I was a big believer in laissez-faire capitalism, and she was a neo-Marxist.
Kids.
Not
I wish I could do something to make Randy feel better.
true. Well, unfortunately, during those turbulent teenage years, there's not really much a parent can do.
It just goes totally against my instincts. I mean, when my kid has a problem, I just want to rush in and fix it.
But if Randy learns to fend for himself now, then when he's an adult, he'll be more independent.
Well, who better to help him be independent than his mother?
Oh, Jill, I know this is rough on you, but Randy will get through this. In the words of the famous German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche, that which does not destroy me only makes me stronger.
What did Nietzsche know? He wasn't a mother.
Jill, maybe you're being just a wee bit overprotective.
Oh, what do you know? You're not a mother either.
Well, thanks for stopping by. It's always a pleasure.
All right, so Jill is heading outside. We're getting a lot more of Jill going outside than Tim lately, I feel like.
Yeah,
Is that true?
I think you're right. She goes outside and she says, "Is that smoke I smell?" And Wilson was like, "Yeah, it's just my spliff."
Nope, instead he's burning a food sacrifice for the Festival of the Hungry Ghosts in China. I happen to think that, like, all these things that Wilson does, he's kind of doing them by himself. You think he would have a better time if he just invited some friends over and did things like this with them, or maybe there are local friends who are interested in doing stuff like this, but
Is
doing
Judith
it by
gone for good? Like, is she done?
I think she's part of the food sacrifice.
Oh, what a bad way to go. She gets dumped and then she gets burned alive.
Yeah, it's a pretty rough turn.
This
You
is
talked,
like
about, you talked about the curveball earlier. This is a real curveball.
I'm having even more trouble with this curve. Yeah, carry on. I don't know.
All right. Yeah, Jill asks for broken heart advice, and Wilson says, "You know what? I had this problem when I was younger, but you can't fix all your kids' problems." And Jill really wants to. Like, she really does not want to take the advice. And Wilson says, "I'm out. You know, I can't really do anything else." So
Contentious at the end.
yeah, he's kind of had enough of her.
Yeah, so I'll play your stupid game. It's hot. It's a hot scene. Yeah. All right,
I'll
next
play
scene.
you stupid. I didn't even have to rip it out of you that time.
Yeah, you didn't even have to rip it out of me. Window. The setting I wrote, window. Randy's
It's
looking
nice
out.
that you set the scene so well in all these
Window dash Randy. He's looking out like a loser, waiting for the concert goers to return home. Jill and Randy.
He's like the logo waiting for his check.
It's like that episode where Mark is outside from like season 1, and I don't know what happens, but he like peers through the window and makes a discovery he shouldn't. Remember that?
No, it sounds like you just made that
No,
up.
it happened. I like the logo. Randy is the logo's only friend. So yeah, they have a heart-to-heart. It kind of ends with like a Dumb and Dumber. So you're saying there's a chance line, like sort of like that, you know?
I wrote Hope Springs Eternal and Randy, and you wrote so you're saying there's a chance.
But I felt like Randy and Jill are getting kind of deep. Jill is talking about how it's so nice they can have this sort of open relationship. Randy and Jill are getting deep, and she's very thankful for their relationship, but as they're talking, she's in the refrigerator, and Randy kind of backs up and just sort of exits. He's out. He's not interested.
Yeah. He did try the food, though.
Oh, yeah, the food was all right. In the end, she is a good cook. Wow, another curveball.
A night of too many curves.
Yeah, I had less trouble with that one.
All right, play my game.
Medium, fine. Tepid.
Whoa, that's a new one.
Thought the episode would end there, but no, we get a little bit more.
Yeah, 2 more scenes.
Yeah, too many. Randy and Lauren are working on the article. Randy's got a big old block laptop. That was cool.
Still cool.
Very cool. Turns out that she wasn't on a date with Jason. Well, what was it then? What is this? Come on, what are we talking about here?
This whole scene is like, what are you talking about, Lauren?
Yeah, it is weird. Like, what's Lauren's motivation? I don't know.
Girls just want to have fun. That's what I learned in this scene.
It wasn't a date, but Jason thought it was a date, and that was weird to her. I don't get it.
She was just saying she was having fun with friends. That was her line.
Yeah,
so.
Sure. Randy gathers up the courage to ask her out. She says, "Not now. I just like hanging out. I don't know. Like, this is like the stuff that girls say when you're in middle school when they don't want to be with you. They're like, I'm not looking for a boyfriend. It's like 13. We're all just kind of just kids."
Sadly, listeners, Adam and I have had very many experiences like this.
I don't remember you having any experiences. You playboy.
Oh man! All right.
Tim walks in, probably the funniest bit of the episode. Tries to talk up Randy. Yes. He talks
and talk down Jason.
Yeah, he ran into Jason's parole officer. Randy's a big car guy. He's talking in the fridge like Jill was earlier. They both leave, but it's a funny ending. And then we roll credits, fade to black. Burnin Love.
Yeah, right. I had one more scene.
Oh, I stopped watching. What is it?
Well, 2 things. I didn't get you a reading on that scene.
It's hot as hell.
All right, last scene. Tim and Jill are reading on the couch together. Jill is, again, continuing to talk about how proud she is of Randy for stepping up. And
what did he do? I mean, nothing to be
I don't
proud
know.
of. Yeah.
I don't know. Tim says, if I knew that girls could turn out like Lauren, I would have tried harder. Like, that's a thing that works.
Sure. Yeah.
Like you can try to have a girl.
That's how you did it.
Yeah, it worked out right. And so they talk about what he would get her, and basically it's, he would get her like a pink ratchet set and all these things.
Man, I can't believe I missed that.
Yeah, and Jill puts the question to him, what would you do when they date people like Jason? And he said, one of the gifts he talks about is some sort of tire iron. And he says, that's what the tire iron's for.
Roll credits, fade to black, Burnin Love. Jordan, a nickel for your thoughts.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, I would say overall this is an interesting episode. Yep. We get the addition of Lauren, a new character, and I like her. I think she's a pretty good little actress in this episode, and I didn't really remember her as much as you said you did. So I'm interested to see where this 6 extra episodes go with her. Not a lot to do for Tool Time, but Tool Time has been pretty stale lately, so I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. I guess I miss a little bit of Al, but I don't know what else they're gonna do with Al right now. So we have that going on. We get Randy, growing up a little bit. We've heard a lot of his voice cracking in this season as he goes through puberty, and it's nice to see a little bit of a romantic episode aimed at him. So that's nice. The return of Jason.
Return of Jason.
1 second. I'm mixed on Jason. I've kind of soured on him a little bit, especially with the way he treats Randy in this episode. So I don't know that I loved him in this episode, but like you said, he does have a couple of good lines that he can throw in there. So if I'm rating it on Adam's scale, that we talked about today.
Scale.
I mean, you talked about a whole episode.
That's true. Yeah, that was basically my idea. Yeah.
I guess I would say tepid. That's where I would put it. So it's not bad. It's watchable. It's interesting. Not much more than that for me.
Okay.
So, what do you think, Adam?
Yeah, I think I enjoyed it. Maybe a little more than you did. I guess I always appreciate an episode that isn't about Jill, Tim, or Al. Like, we're talking about a Randy-centric episode kind of built around him. So I think that's always interesting when we get episodes on the kids, unless it's Mark, and then it's less interesting. But yeah, I always like having Jason in the fold, as you know, even though he is a little bit of a slimy guy. I thought there were some funny lines here. It's there's not a lot going on, and the ending is sort of like BS. Like Randy asking her out, that whole thing with Jason is kind of like maybe they didn't. I don't know. It's like they were trying to tie a nice little bow on it when it wasn't necessary. Like it's probably okay that she went out with Jason, or like Randy's cool with it in the end. We don't really need this scene where Randy gets the ultimate closure, but it's fine. Yeah, I thought it was funny enough. Tim has some good lines at the end. Probably not one I'll think a lot about, but I enjoyed it as I was watching it.
Are there a lot that you think a lot about?
For whom the belch tolls, baby.
Every night you run through that script in your head because now you can just recite it by heart.
You know it. All
right. Well, interesting. That's what I'll say about your rendition there. You didn't really give a full, what's the temperature for everything type of thing, but
God.
I'll let it pass.
Thanks.
I'll let it pass this time. So, all right. Well, that's the episode in the nutshell. So I guess we should move on to Sean's social media corner. Yep. If you want to reach out to us, go to thehomeimpodcast.com. We're on Facebook and Twitter at Home Impodcast. Go to patreon.com/Home Impodcast if you'd like to support the show monetarily. We're doing bonus episodes there every month for $1 a month. We last did Big Trouble, and that's up now for April. And I'm not sure what we're doing for May, but that'll be coming down the pike in a little bit here. And if you'd like to support us non-monetarily, we always can use more reviews on iTunes, your podcasting app, whatever you use to listen to our show. I'll say two things. Either give us 5 stars because you love the show,
or give us death,
or give us 5 sarcastic stars.
Yeah, you're right. I like even if you don't like us, really stick it to us by giving us 5 sarcastic stars. That'll sting, but ultimately it'll be helpful.
So yeah, I'd like to see that. So either way, we've got 40 reviews now, and Adam, I don't know if we should wait till before or after Twitter.
Let's wait a sec. Okay. Yeah.
All right. So tell me what's going on Twitter. I'd love to hear what kind of polls you got going on.
First of all, we've had 666 followers for like a week now. Kind of starting to freak me out. So we can just get, if either someone could follow us or unfollow us, that would be cool, because I'm getting a little weirded out by all this. All right. What do we got here? Polls this week. 19 total votes. Do you like the movie Couples Retreat? Neither one of us did.
I thought it was okay.
Okay, I didn't like it. 16% said garbage. 37% thought it was funny, and 47% they haven't even seen it. So there you go.
Didn't see that one coming.
Shouldn't have had that as an option, I guess. This one's a little more inventive. Which TV lawyer would you want to represent you? If not, let's tweet your choice. So 18 total votes. 3-way tie for second, I guess. We have The Good Wife at 17%. Saul Goodman from Better Call Saul, 17%. Ally McBeal, 17%. But taking it home, 50%, Matlock.
Oh, I'd say so. That's a good one.
And then
Matlock is just always just timeless, I'd say.
Yeah, that guy's turn. Borland Corp says, I guess this is in response to the Couples Retreat. He says, I've never seen it, but from the trailers, but I'm 100% sure there's a secret man cave behind a waterfall. There probably is in Couples Retreat.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it sounds like that would happen, though. It should.
I think they have to. Isn't the secret retreat the Guitar Hero stuff? I don't remember. But
let's rewatch.
Yeah.
Additionally, on Twitter, people liked my idea of a streaming service with just episodes of Home Improvement. That seemed to go over well.
How much are you paying for that?
I haven't got that far ahead yet.
All right. Well, let's see if you can get that taken care of.
You want to know how I got these scones? There's a lot of good stuff out there. So, yeah. Follow us on Twitter for the fun.
Just get us off of that number, for one thing.
I mean, yeah, or unfollow us, to be honest. Like, at this point, either way. I don't want to be stuck there anymore. It's freaking me out.
Well, I think if anyone unfollows us, they're going to be sad, and they're going to end up following us again. So just tell your friend. Or make a Twitter account and just go ahead and follow us on that one.
Yeah, make a sarcastic Twitter account.
All right, Adam, we've got a written review. So this puts us at number 40, and this one is written by Grifster04, and it is titled Great Podcast. 5 stars. I don't know if they're sarcastic or not, but we're going to find out.
Doesn't matter. We'll take them either way. We like it either way, just the same.
All right. It reads, really enjoy listening to Adam and Jordan talk about my favorite 90s sitcom! Keeps me entertained while driving around my territory all week. I have a lot of episodes to catch up on. Well, you better do it quick, Griffson.
Yeah, they are going to expire.
We're going to take them down. You guys rock. Once Home Improvement is up, please do an Office podcast. That was written April 15th, tax day.
Wow, and yeah, that was why he did it. He just filed his taxes, was feeling happy.
From the United States of America as well.
Yeah, I should hope so. No, I'm just kidding. We like all fans everywhere. Yeah, so Gripster04. Why does everyone want us to do an Office podcast?
I don't know.
And by
Aren't there
everyone,
a
I
bunch
mean like 3 people have said that.
Well, here's the thing. If anyone's actually writing that, it probably represents a lot of people because we don't get a lot of responses. But, yeah, isn't there like a bunch of those out there already?
Presumably, yeah.
They just want to hear our take?
I mean, we like it. Yeah, that's our take. All right, I got to come up with a song here.
That's what you promised.
Oh, that's a stupid thing to promise. Let me think here. You might have to edit out some dead air, but...
That's all right.
Grifter. Grifter, I want to thank you for your freaking cool iTunes review. Grifter04, you the man. There you go.
Wow.
Yeah, that was good.
I like it. That was really
nice.
good.
Ringtone.
I was hoping you would do it to Scranton, the Electric City.
Yeah, that would have been great, Jordan, but I didn't, so let's move on. Thanks.
Okay. Sorry. Well, we'll be working on our Office podcast. The next episode of the Home Impodcast is...
Yeah, did you want to do a question of the week, or are we skipping that?
We're going to skip the question of the week this week. Is that okay with you, Adam?
Just means we have to have a really good one next week.
All right. Well, we'll think about it. So, next week's episode. What are you wondering? You wondering what the next week's episode is?
Exactly right. Words out of my mouth.
Oh, all right. It's called Al's Video. Sounds like a title for Sounds like a title for me.
Does sound really good. I can't wait to cover it with you, Jordan. Listeners, thank you for listening. Jordan, thank you for joining me. And I guess I should say take care.
Take care, everybody.